Hmm? What seems to be the problem? Someone's trying to break into the castle? I see. Very well then. Capture them and bring them in. Be sure to keep them chained up in case they make a run for it. So, you think you could break into my castle just like that? What made you think you could successfully make your way into my heavily guarded home undetected? Are you okay in the brain? Do you know what happens when you try to steal from me? You'll be punished, you know. You should have known better than to come here. If you don't want to get sent right back out there to live your miserable life as a nobody, then you'd best stop this nonsense. Okay. Well, it looks like I'm going to enjoy keeping you here. Oh, don't worry, dearie. I won't kill you or anything. At least, not yet. Let's just say I wouldn't feel right doing so unless you've learned your lesson. And by the looks of things, I believe you have. Good boy. Now, tell me how you came upon such good fortune to even set foot in my castle. Did you find a secret passageway and sneak inside? Or did you somehow manage to climb over my walls? If you think you are brave enough to scale a mountain, you will likely attempt to do so again. We must discuss your punishment for trespassing. I've got plenty of things in mind, but first off, I suggest you kneel in front of me. What? Do you have a problem with that? You're in no position to disobey me. You should know your manners around royals too. A pleb like you should have learned such things during your time studying. Standing like that is disrespectful. Now, kneel. Good boy. So obedient, aren't you? Now, if you must open your mouth, you may only refer to me as Mommy. Got that? Any other honorific is not welcome here. Good. Now, go ahead and call me Mommy while kneeling in front of me. Ah, perfect. I'll admit, I'm quite fond of the word Mommy. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. I'm sure you can imagine why, right? After all, I am a mother, but it just sounds so good when it comes out of your mouth. Now, why didn't you tell me what you were thinking? What did you think you were gonna gain by sneaking into my castle? My riches, maybe? No one has ever been able to steal from me. Oh, perhaps you wanted to try to get close to me? Maybe you hoped to seduce me so you can try to win my affection? Or perhaps you merely fancied my throne. The possibilities are endless, really. Your reason for wanting to enter my home doesn't matter. It truly means nothing to me. All I care about is that you are here and completely at my mercy. Now, how does the idea of being punished sound to you? Excellent. I'm glad you understand the gravity of your actions. I expect you to do your best to obey every order I give you. I mean, why wouldn't you? After all, I am a queen, and you are trespassing on my land. Think about what would happen if you didn't listen to me. You don't want to end up like the last man who tried, do you? There's no need for me to answer that. I'll just leave you to ponder that question for yourself. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. You might think I'm being overly harsh with you, but I assure you, I'm simply enforcing the rules of my kingdom. There is no such thing as a free lunch in the real world, especially not here. Now, I hope you're ready, because here comes the first part of your punishment. From this point forward, you'll behave as my puppy. I've always wanted a pet, but such little animals are scared of me. It hurts to see innocent souls run for their life, especially when I didn't do anything wrong. The only problem is my big stature and ferocious appearance. Never mind that. Sad conversations can be for bedtime. Rule 2. You must always sit next to me when I am at my throne and sleep in the same room as me. You are free to nuzzle your face on my thighs and use my thighs as a lap pillow whenever you please. What? Is that not a punishment? My big thighs should scare you. They're big enough to crush any human-sized skull. If at any point your head was between them and I flexed gently, your jaw would dislocate. Thick thighs save lives? Huh. Humans sure are interesting with their religions. But feeling a human's warmth against my cold skin, it would be very comforting, especially during the cold nights. So, whenever I want you for your warmth, you aren't allowed to say no. Rule 3. You will always stay close to me and never wander off alone unless I tell you to, which will be very rare. And rule 4. As my puppy, you will act upon my commands at all times. Do not hesitate. Just follow my lead as I command you to do things. A good puppy obeys his master at all costs, Do you understand? Very good, my puppy. I'll give you a head rub as a reward for being so obedient. Look at you, melting at the touch of my fingers. You've started to warm up to me compared to when you were brought in. I thought you'd be shaking the entire time. I guess you can't resist my seductive voice and perfect figure. You really have fallen under my spell, haven't you? That's right. You love it when I call you a good boy. It makes you feel so special, doesn't it? You feel so important knowing that I'm granting you all these privileges, knowing that your obedience is my will. My goodness, you look like a lost puppy when you stare at me so adoringly. Did I mention how much I adore the way you look at me? The longer you look at me, the more I grow fond of you. Your eyes are so innocent and trusting, even though you are in a dangerous situation. It's very adorable. I'm going to spoil you rotten. Make sure you know I'm always watching you. I want you to become accustomed to having me around. Oh, that reminds me. My castle is populated by henchmen. I'll be sure to notify every single one of them to respect you. They are all trained to obey my every order and do as they're told. That means, if I tell them to pick something up from the ground, they will do it without question. If you ask them to give you a bath, they will immediately follow your command. You can trust all of them. Even though you're my little puppy, you are also second in command. I'm thinking of potentially promoting you from puppy to partner in crime. Or maybe even king. What do you think? What happened to the king? Well, there never was one. I started ruling this land on my own and expanded my empire right on this very same throne. Oh, no, I didn't give birth to my child. That's not how our species work. Babies come to us via storks and are delivered at our doorstep. Whether I'm joking or not is up to you. Do you want to lay on Mommy's lap for the rest of the night until you fall asleep? I should probably finish up some blueprint work. And then I'll give you a taste of what your days are going to be like. So, what do you think? Cozy, isn't it? I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. I also apologize for my large bust being in the way. I'm trying to look over them to see your handsome face. Although I'm sure you like the view, don't you? Of course my good boy likes it. Hmm? What did you want to ask? Oh, don't be silly. You're not going to be restricted forever. I was kinda over-exaggerating. If I notice your change in behavior and trust that you won't run away from me, then I'll grant you freedom from time to time. Just remember, if you misbehave, you'll get punished. Does that sound better? I realized I was too harsh with you earlier. I guess you're not the only one that has warmed up. As much as I want to control you, because of my, power, I also don't want you to live the rest of your life feeling confined and missing opportunities. If you truly feel that you'll reach your potential elsewhere, then I'm more than happy to support you with your endeavors. Because either way, I'll follow you everywhere. Oh, I think I'm starting to feel attached. This isn't good. Well, to sum it all up, I'll struggle to get my work done because all I'd want to do is spend time with you. I'll end up looking around my castle just to see what you're up to. That's not very girl boss of me. But do not fret. I'll make your life here comfortable and stress-free. I have all the money in the world to fund your passions. You'll be taken care of from now on. And yes, I'll take every opportunity to remind you that you belong to me. You got that, honey? You're really enjoying my thighs, aren't you? As a treat, you can put your head between them tonight. How does that sound? Good boy. Obedient puppies get rewards, so you better not disappoint mommy. I love the way your eyes light up when I tell you what to do. You like pleasing a queen, don't you? You know, I'm glad you tried breaking in today. I know that sounds crazy, but it's been a while since I had a connection with a human. Whether it was out of fear or genuine emotion. Every time I try to have a conversation, they cower in fear. And as fun as it is to order people around, I end up not having any friends to hang out with. I spend most of my days planning how to take over the world with my minions and sleeping alone, looking at the night sky, wishing for a prince to save me. Kind of stupid, right? I'm a queen. Why would I need saving? I've been independent all my life, with a heart full of hatred. but it's so empty due to solitary. I wonder if you understand what I mean. But with you by my side right now, I feel more confident in my duty as queen. I now have a reason to return home often and someone to buy gifts for. With all this money laying around, I want to spend as much of it before I die. So why not spend it on someone I care for? I'll admit, you are very adorable. I know I shouldn't get attached to some random human, but you make me feel good inside. It's hard to explain. I'm sure most humans hate being controlled and ordered around, but you seem different. Your innocence makes you desirable, even though my intentions are far from it. I want to dominate you, keep you close and never let go. Make you mine forever. I think we could be very happy together. I just need you to trust me. Let me show you what it means to be loved. Sleep well, my prince.